Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm here today to do my Romanceopoly TBR for February. And yeah, I'm super excited to roll. I have read all but one of the books for Romanceopoly in January. I do plan on finishing the last one. I still have like 4 or 5 days left in January. When I'm filming this, it's the 27th, Friday the 27th. So I still have a few days to read the last one, which I plan on doing. But yeah, I'm gonna roll 5 times plus any doubles. So let's get into the rolls. Roll number 1 is 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Burger joint. And burger joint is to read a book where one of the main characters is in the food industry, for example, a chef, food critic, or restaurant or food truck owner. So roll number 1, I got burger joint, which is to read a book where one of the main characters is in the food industry, for example, a chef, food critic, or a restaurant or food truck owner. And this book I got off of their website as one of the recommendations for this, and that is The Opposite of You by Rachel Higginson, sorry. And this one I have on Kindle, so I figured why not? What better way to do this? I've wanted to read a few other books by Rachel Higginson before, but I haven't. This will be the first one I've read. And this I think is a food truck one, but I'm super excited to read this, and this is book 1 in the Opposites Attract series. So yeah, very excited to read this one. Roll number 2 is a double, so we're gonna do 6 rolls. We're at 6 right now, and that's 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Fang Alley, which is to read a paranormal where one of the main characters is a vampire. For roll number 2, and roll number 2 was a double, so I am adding a roll, so I was at 6 now. So I landed on Fang Alley, which is to read a paranormal romance where one of the main characters is a vampire. And for this one I am doing a reread, and that is Bite Club by Rachel Kane. This is the 10th book in the Morganville Vampire series that I was starting my reread last year and got up to book number 10 and just never finished. So I would like it to finish my rereads this year. So I was like, this one has a lot of vampires, but one of the main guys, Michael, is a vampire. So this one counts. And I'm super excited. This is a YA one, but I'm super excited to continue reading this, and I do have this one on audio. Roll number 3 is another double, so we're at 7 and it's 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Farmer's Market, and Farmer's Market is read a book where one of the main characters is a farmer or rancher or cowboy. Okay. So roll number 3 was another double, so I'm at 7 books. And I landed on Farmer's Market, and Farmer's Market is to read a book where one of the main characters is a farmer or rancher or cowboy. And for this one I am going with Flawless by Lisa Silver. I got this at the very end of December when it was on sale for 99 cents. It is also on Kindle Unlimited, but I tend to like to buy books that are like 99 cents and I think I'm gonna love. So Yes, but I'm super excited to read this. This is a rodeo bull rider thing, so that in my mind is cowboy, and I'm super excited to read this. I've never read a Eloise Silver book, so this is a new to me book, and this is book 1 in the Chestnuts Springs series. So I'm super excited to read this. I know a lot of people like the second book in this series, which is Heartless, so I'm excited to read this one so I can move on to that one. Roll number 4 is 3. 1, 2, 3. Summer, which is to read a book that has either yellow or white on the cover, or has water and or the beach on the cover, or set at the beach or during summer vacation. Roll number 4 was I landed on summer, and that is to read a book that is either yellow or white on the cover, or has water and or the beach on the cover, or is set at the beach or during summer vacation. And for this one was on their recommendations for summer, and that is Worth the Fall by Claudia Connor. This is book 1 in the McKinley Brothers. Again, I own this on Kindle, so I was like, why not? I'm super excited to read this. All I know about this is this follows a single mom of 5 kids, I think, and she meets the hero on the beach after one of her kids hits him in the head with a football. And that's pretty much all I know about it. But I've been wanting to read this one for quite some time and just have never done it. So I figured, why not? I own it. I think I own the 3rd book too in this series, not the 2nd. So if I do like this, I might continue on. But yeah, I'm super excited to read this one. Roll number 5 is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Bow Boulevard, which is to read a young adult book of your choice. Okay. Roll number 5, I landed on Bow Boulevard, which is to read a YA of your choice. And for this one, I'm gonna read Last Breath by Rachel Caine. This is book number 11 in the Morganville Vampire series. Again, this is a reread. I don't really have too many YAs on my shelf because I don't really read it all that much anymore. So I was like, this one. So as I said, this is a reread of Morganville Vampires, and this follows a group of 4 people, teens, and living in a world with vampires. I do have the audio book of this, so I'm very excited to reread this. Roll number 6 is another double, so we are at 8, and it is 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Library, which is just to read a free choice of read anything. Roll number 6 was a double, and so I am at 8 rolls, right? I think. And I landed on library, and library is just a free choice. So I haven't actually picked a book for this one. I figured I would just pick whatever one during the month for this one. So I don't have a book for this one. Roll number 7 is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Moore Avenue, which is read a contemporary romance with an illustrated cover. Roll number 7 is landed on a more avenue, and that is to read a contemporary romance with an illustrated cover. And for this one, I decided to read Love in the Times of Serial Killers by Alicia Thompson, yeah. And this was on their recommendations for this one. I probably have a lot more illustrated contemporary romance on my shelf, but I figured I just bought this one, so it's a good way to do this. And it also has a heart. It's Valentine's, and it's very Valentine's-y, pink and red, so, and white. So this is the one I chose for this one. I'm very excited to read this. I don't know much about it other than this follows a person and she thinks she's living next to a serial killer. So yes. Roll number 8. Yeah. I did drop it and it was a 2, so that is not our last roll. We're have to do one more, at least one more. So we're at 9 and that is 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Burger joint. Okay. So I am going, because I already landed on that this time, so I'm gonna do the next one, which is Past Eves, because I finished the Cobbles, and that is a historical romance, and that is read a historical romance that's been on your TBR the longest. Okay. Okay. I know what's this historical romance that's been on my TBR the longest. And that's the next Outlander series book that I need to read. So looks like I'm doing that one. Roll number 8 was a double, so I'm at 9 rolls, and I landed on Past Eves, which is to read a historical romance that's been on your TBR the longest. If you don't have one, read any historical romance on your TBR, or what the next one that catches your interest. And the one that's been on my TBR the longest is Voyager by Diana Gabaldon. This is book number 3 in the Outlander series. I really need to read this series. I own all of them. I have them all on audio. I just need to do it. I just don't really like historical romances. I have enjoyed the first 2 books in this series. So yeah, it's just a chunker. But I need to do this so I could watch the series. I've only ever watched season 1, but I own all of them, so I really need to get on it. As I said, I really do like the audiobooks too. The narrator does a really good job too. So I'm just going to read this throughout the month and hopefully get through it. But yeah, I mean, let's see. This is almost 900 pages. It's 870 pages. Probably one of the biggest books I've ever read, or will read. But as I said, I do have it on audio. So maybe if I read like a chapter a day, it will get there. But yeah, I'm very excited to read this. So yeah. Roll number 9, and it is 7, so this is our last roll, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ever After Street. Okay, and that is to read a sapphic romance. Okay, and finally, roll number 9 was landed on Ever After Street, which is to read a sapphic romance. And for this one, I'm going to read One Last Stop by Casey McQuestion. I have this one on audio. all I know about it is that it's sapphic and it is like a time travel-y one. So yeah, it's pretty much all I know about it, but I'm very excited to read this. I think this might be my first sapphic romance. I don't think I've read all that many. So I think this might be my first, which I'm excited for. I have read a few male ones, just not sapphic. So I'm super excited to read this. And those are all of my rolls for Romanceopoly. And I'm very excited, and hopefully I could read all 9. And yeah, if you're excited for me to read any of these, which ones are they? And if you've read any of them, what did you think of them? And I'll see everyone later.